Start off with an opening comment.
Well, what a great game today. Very proud of my team being able to bounce back after a tough loss last night. Swung the bats extremely well. It was really good to see. In the first, Sharp wasn't at his best. Gave up the long ball. We gave up 2 runs in the first, but we responded. We found a way to respond, and then we just kept tacking on runs and tacking on runs and tacking on runs. And we had some big days today by a number of guys. Sam Hall, 3 runs today. T.O. hit a big home run. Logan hit a big home run. We hit 3 home runs. I thought our approaches at the plate were much better. Incredible crowd today. What a great crowd today for both sides. In the fourth, we were able to put together a big inning with 2 outs. Just stringing really good at bats together. A lot of 2-out hits today. Defensively, we were very good today. And the story of the day, because the Gamecocks have a great offensive ball club, was Holt Jones. Holt, came in and gave us exactly what we needed. We were able to extend him and shut their offense down. He pitched out of some big jams, came in, got some huge outs for us, and that was the difference in the ball game. He was able to stop their momentum on offense because they got a really good offensive club. But overall, it's great to get the win here today, and hopefully we can bring some positive momentum going into tomorrow.
Let's go with questions for players first, and then we'll excuse them after that, and then we'll get Coach Lee after that. So questions for players.
Hold, I'm not sure if you pitched in this series last year, but what was working well for you today, and did you have any nerves when you came into the game with the bases loaded?
I didn't really have any nerves. I was just trying to stay mostly relaxed because when I get amped up, I don't do as well. And I tend to be more wild, but just try to stay cool, calm, and collected.
Did the mountain work out pretty well for you after the round?
Yeah, the hole was pretty bad, but thankfully they came out and fixed it.
Sam, what was the difference for you this afternoon as opposed to yesterday when you didn't have as good of a day?
I don't know, just relax more. I mean, it was more mental than anything. And just trusting in myself and all the work that I put in, really. That's kind of the big difference.
Bryce, do the long balls mean anything more to the momentum of a game? I mean, you want runs any way you can get them, but does that mean a little something extra to the dugout? The crowd seems to get more involved if you get one out of the park.
Oh yeah, that's just one of the things we do here at Clemson is hit long balls. And you've seen that in the past, but it's awesome getting to see your teammates do things like that and being able to bounce back off of a night like last night. That was a big one. So.
How about you getting a homer? You're obviously not that far down the road playing at Clemson, but certainly you're right in your own backyard here, Ryan, to get a big homer in this series.
Yeah, it means a lot to me, and really all I was trying to do was go up there and stay as relaxed as possible and not try to do too much, because when I try to do too much, it just doesn't work out usually. So I'm grateful for this win with the team.
Sam, are you guys aware that with your 3 home runs today, that put you guys 1 ahead of South Carolina for the most in the Power 5? You guys talk about that at all?
No, I mean, I am now. So, no, we don't really talk about a whole lot like that. So.
What's your mentality heading into Founders Park tomorrow?
Just stay relaxed like we did today and have fun, really,
Bryce, what's been the key for you to get off to such a good start this season?
Really, it's just been a lot of hard work, and for me, it's been a lot of it has been mindset, confidence, and I've worked my butt off all off season, all summer, and I know what I can do on the field, and just going up there, trusting myself, and just being able to do that, and not trying to do too much. Like I said before, it's just going up there and being myself.
Anything else for the players? All players, you're excused.
Monty, has the early power surge here early on in the good season kind of maybe surpassed your expectations maybe early on of how many long balls you guys might be able to hit?
I didn't really, quite honestly, I've been asked that an awful lot. The power numbers exceeded my expectations, those kind of things. I think the biggest thing about going into this year about whether we were going to hit for power or not, the answer to that question was I don't know. Quite honestly, when you lose 40 home runs between 2 players, you simply don't know. You don't know if if guys that are playing for you that didn't play every day for you, didn't have stripes on their sleeves, had not put up power numbers in the past. The only two guys who had done that for us were Bird and Logan, had shown that they can hit the ball out of the ballpark at this level on a regular basis. So we just, quite honestly, we just didn't know if we were going to hit for power or not. That being said, early on, we've been able to do that. And I think that what you're seeing is number one, we've got guys like Teodosio and guys like Hall, and they're a year older. And they played some last year as true freshmen. Our strength staff does an unbelievable job. Our guys are more physical than they were as freshmen, those guys in their second year. I hope it continues. I mean, again, you hit the ball out of the ballpark, you're going to score some runs, and we certainly did today. We scored 11 runs today and hit 3 home runs. So I think, hitting home runs again is just a byproduct of getting good pitches to hit up in the zone and taking a good swing. So that's the biggest thing that we promote. Whether we're a team that's going to hit home runs for the long haul this year or not, I don't know, but we will continue to preach and preach and preach, be aggressive to the pitch up in the zone and take your best swing every time. That's a big key to our offense is, when you take a hack, take your best hack. And we talk about it all the time. It's a staple in our program, and hopefully we'll continue to do that.
In this current run of success in the series, the routine of losing the first one, then coming here and winning, and then winning game 3, I mean, what's your comfort level when you come to this particular ballpark, or how are you addressing your players after losing that opening game and then coming in here for the neutral site game?
Well, my big message after the game last night was to try to keep our spirits up, because it's so tough. It's so tough to lose at home and lose a one-run game, where you feel like you have some opportunities to score runs and win the game. It's so tough, and you see the kids, and they're down in the dumps because they've competed as hard as they can and just couldn't find a way to get to win. So for me, as the head coach, it's trying to get their spirits up and getting them to understand what did we do well. And we had a lot of really good at-bats last night. Our pitching staff did a phenomenal job in game 1. We just had the one tough inning. Besides that, we pitched very well. We swung the bats very well. We just came up a run short. And, the big key for us is Saturday, game 2 in a series, most of the time is the most important game. And the reason being is you lose on Friday night. A lot of times 1 pitch, 2 pitches here and there on Friday nights wins you or loses you the game because of the quality of the arms and the heightened awareness of the defense and the pitching staffs on Friday nights. So a lot of times it'll boil down to 1 or 2 pitches here or there, whether you win or lose that game. Saturday's game either wins you the series or gets you right back in the series. So that's our big message. When we lose a game on Friday night, hey, look, we've got Davis Sharp going tomorrow. We've got a loaded bullpen going tomorrow. We play well in this ballpark. We got a good offensive club. All we got to do is put together some good at-bats, pitch well out of the pen behind our starter, play good defense. We're going to get right back in this series, and we did. And now we got to go to a tough place to play. And they've got a really good starter going tomorrow in Morgan. So we're going to have our hands full tomorrow. Coach Kingston has a really good club. They'll be ready to go. There'll be a big crowd there, a tough crowd for us tomorrow. We just got to focus on what we do between the lines, and hopefully we can play good baseball tomorrow and see what happens.
Coach, you scored 5 straight runs today with 2 outs. How good was it to see them come up clutch with the 2 out?
Big, 2-out hitting again is just staying in the strike zone, taking good swings in the strike zone with runners on base, and it's really good to see us do that when we're coming up with 2-out hits and putting together opportunities to score runs with 2 outs like we did today. That's when your offense is really clicking on all cylinders, and I thought we did that today. I thought our at-bats were much better. We still had a few too many strikeouts, but we also faced some really good arms. So overall, it was just better approaches for us today, and we took advantage of some mistakes up in the strike zone.